The VI SPDAT is the Vulnerability Index Service Provider tool. I actually covered that here in part of the housing approach, or what all goes into housing. The VI SPDAT is a Vulnerability Index Service Provider Data Assessment tool. It's got a big, long name. But it is used to determine the acuity of homeless to assess their housing needs and severity, who needs a house the most. And like I said, I know it sucks that you got to do that to homeless people, but an individual that is just by himself and homeless doesn't need his house as much as a person that has a family, a wife, and a kid that is homeless. Their acuity is a little bit higher than just an individual man. Okay, that is one process of determining them for housing. And then there's the Homeless Management Information System. There's already a statewide West Virginia Homeless Management Information System. I have the complete 100-page policies and procedures manual for this system if you have any questions about it, or if you want to look at it. But before we can even use this system to group all homeless people in, take all their data in, you have to have training from a state agency. Now, I've already been talking to Zach about it, and they're like $240, $400 trainings. There's 3 of them, but you have to take those trainings before you can be certified to take information for the HMIS. They already have that set up. The VI SPDAT as well, you have to be trained in that as well, and that's a separate training course, and that costs a little bit of money. So, but you have to have those sort of certifications before you can administer this part of the program in order to get them into housing. Next is the housing identification. It's finding landlords for the program, and that's part of the coordinated entry process that I was talking about. When you find landlords that want to become part of the rapid rehousing program, they want to try to help end homelessness, and you're going to be able to get them paid rent. The rent actually has to be paid 10 days before the due date set by the landlord. So that's another thing. That's what the West Virginia Coalition has to do. That's not really something we have to worry about. We're just doing a referral system into their rapid rehousing project that they already have. So they have the monies for that, and that's what I'm talking about right here with the rapid rehousing program. The rapid rehousing program is paying their rent, paying their utilities, and it also pays any arrears that they have. If they have bills from 6 months ago that are overdue, it'll pay their arrears and get them into housing, start paying their rent. We can start the case management process. The housing retention part of the street outreach program is the income assistance, where I was talking about the Workforce West Virginia, getting them enrolled in that, maybe the WIA program, or if they're disabled, the 811 Mainstream Housing Voucher Program. Now, if they're having addiction troubles and stuff like that, I told you at that meeting I was going to send you to that we're going to be talking to their addiction person out there and what they do to help them try to get a job. So we're going to have to learn that process a little bit and maybe warm handoffs with that person as well, as far as getting our clients in his door. And then there's a landlord-tenant mediation. That's just, once you get them in the house and you're trying to work them through the program, it is your responsibility. If the landlord has a problem with the tenant or the tenant has a problem with the landlord, either way it goes, you're the middleman, you're the referee. You got to get in there and get that shit done. So that's what all that's all about.